Hi everyone, Don Toombs here, the Curry Guy, and today I'm going to be making one from my new cookbook, The Curry Guy Easy. This one is quite easy, so I'll show you how it's done. It's Masala Dosas. There you go. Potatoes, just mashed potatoes that are rolled up in a nice hot dosa and eaten with chutneys, pickles. I'm going to making a little bit of sambar here. Yeah, it's going to be a really nice lunch. So let's just put that back there, and I'm going to get this started right now. And just going to add a little bit of ghee to this pan, let it melt down a bit. And this is a little bit different to the way I make it in my book, and that's because I'm making a couple recipes today. And so usually with dosas and, well, masala dosas, I like to have quite a bland filling because you're usually dipping it into sambar and spicy pickles and you name it. So there's no need to do that. But because I'm making a couple of other things with this same type of potato mixture today that needs a little bit more spice, you'll notice if you check it against my book that it's going to be slightly different. But really, you can do whatever you like. You can add as much chili in there you like. You do whatever you want. The recipe is just there as a guide. So to start with, I am going to add about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. I'm going to get some curry leaves here. These are just frozen curry leaves from my own plant. And I'm going to throw about 10 or so in there. Smells so nice. I love curry leaves. All right. So we're just going to stir that around in the oil. And here I've got some onion and some chillies. I'm just going to pour those in and let those cook down a bit until the onion's nice and soft and a little bit translucent. And that takes about 3 minutes or so. We're not really having to get too technical with it here. It's just a potato filling. There we are. And as those cook down, I'm going to add a little bit of turmeric. That will give the potatoes a nice yellow coloring. Throw that around in there. In fact, I think I'm going to use a little bit more oil in that. The onions are getting nice and soft in that oil. And now, this is about 3 potatoes. Now in my book I say 4 potatoes, but I'm not making that much, so I'm not even going to use that many. I'm going to use about 2 there. It's about 2 potatoes cut into cubes. I'm going to stir those around. Really, all the recipes in my books are just kind of like guides because whenever I've been to a restaurant watching the great chefs cooking and everything, they never use any real measures. They just throw stuff together and let it cook, and that's kind of what we're doing here. I'm just going to cook those in the spices there. And to that, this one little hole there, I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and ginger paste. Again, this is not in the book. This is just a little bit of extra because I'm doing some other stuff today. So, let that give it a little bit of a garlicky, gingery flavor, which is always nice. And to this, I'm going to add water. And it's just going to be enough to cover them. And that is just going to come up to a simmer, and the potatoes are going to get soft and nice, and it's going to take about 20 minutes. I'm not going to make you watch potatoes cook for 20 minutes. So in about 20 minutes, we're going to come back and we'll see what we've got. All right, so as you can see, these have been cooking for about 20 minutes, and it's mashable. I mean, I can do that with the back of my spoon quite easily. I did bring a masher down, so I'll use that as well. And I'll turn off the heat here. This is about ready. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. Right. I'm going to add this is a little bit of salt and pepper mixture. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to that. And throw in some chopped coriander. And you know what? I wasn't going to do this. I'm going to put a little bit of chili powder in there too. I do like my chili powder. Let's give that a nice stir. There we are. That's going to be good in a dosa. All right, so let's move on to the dosa then. Just a tiny bit of oil. And I'm going to rub that over the surface with a half onion, which helps it not stick, because this is not a non-stick surface. And as I've shown in this video here, you can do this in any non-stick pan. You don't have to have one of these things. However, I do like them. All right, and this is a batter, which is from that same video. It's a standard dosa batter. And I'm going to make this quite large, so, oh, why not? Let's go for it. Don't worry about being too fancy about this. Sometimes they come out really well, sometimes they kind of come out a mess, but they always taste really, really good. I'm going to put that around there. Try and get as much off the top as you can, because the thinner the dose is, the better. And we're just going to let that cook for a few minutes, and we'll be right back. Great, so it's cooking here, as you can see. I'm going to put a little bit of butter on there. And then we're going to top that with some of this beautiful potato mixture. And that's just going to continue cooking until it's nice. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more on. Why not? I'm feeling a bit hungry. Get that butter in there. See how this is looking. Oh, it's looking nice and toasty on the bottom. And just a tiny bit. A little bit more than I planned on doing, but there you go. A lot more. You're only supposed to put a little bit of oil around there, but I poured a lot. But that's okay. Because as you can see, it's going to make it nice and crispy anyway, so it hasn't ruined anything. It just made it more calories. So one thing I want to show you here is, okay, that is not a perfect round dosa. It's also a little bit thicker than I usually would make, but that's the way it happened this time. It doesn't make any difference because it's still going to taste amazing. So you can use any pan you like. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to make these perfect. You're not a dosa chef. If you were, you'd probably make them absolutely amazingly. And maybe someday you will be. But for right now, you just need to know that with that batter that I put in my book, you're going to be able to make dosas that will taste just like they do at some of the best dosa restaurants. And that's guaranteed. And I'm going to throw a little bit more coriander in there. Now with this dosa, I'm going to be eating it with some of this homemade sambar I made. Sambar is a pigeon pea lentil curry soup, whatever you want to call it. It's so nice with dosas. And I've also made my own mixed vegetable pickle, which is always nice. If I were doing this for friends, I'd have a spread. You know, I'd have a couple of different coconut chutneys in there. I'd have some coriander chutneys. But as it's just me and this is just my lunch, I feel like I'll be just as happy with just the pickle and the sambar. Don't want to be too greedy, do I? So, as you can see, this is ready now. Oh yeah, see? Just roll it around. There you go. There is a masala dosa, which I promise you is going to be just as good as anywhere else, anywhere you get it. And I'm going to go ahead and put some of this on there. There we go. That's my lunch today. All right. Check that out. Pretty happy with that. All right then. So the taste test. Hear that? It's so crispy and nice. Dip some sambar. Some of my pickle. I might cough at this one. It's really spicy. Seriously, good. That is like Dosa perfection. Right here in my own house. You can do it too. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you back. Thanks a lot. Cumin seeds. And
and